Go, go, go. All right. Good morning, traders and investors. So Apple just delivered massive earnings here. Stop this. Where were we? Okay, Apple just delivered record revenue and beat EPS expectations again. But the real story here is not just that, but actually the entire tech sector. So from defense giants actually with record backlogs to industrials posting all time. I'm just reading some headline here. Okay, back to back to being live. All-time high sales, earnings from Apple, Visa, Mastercard, Caterpillar, Lockheed Martin are quickly reshaping where smart money is rotating. So we're going to talk about Apple, Visa, Mastercard, Caterpillar, Lockheed Martin. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wealth Town, where we're going to do our Before the Bell edition today a little bit earlier. Yeah, let's just say it's a little bit earlier than usual, and not going to release any other videos for today because I want to create a couple of deep dives, especially into Apple, especially into Microsoft. I don't like those earnings. The stock is down. We're going to talk about this a little later on. So, quick market rundown. SPX, or actually S&P E-minis, futures market, pointing downwards, trying to open up higher, not having a good day until now. So pre-market, S&P is down. The triple Qs are also down. So NASDAQ futures down, trying to move up there. We saw last time that sorry about that. Dow Jones Industrials had a sell-off yesterday. Everything had a sell-off yesterday. Also, so Dow Jones Industrials, Russell 2000 sell-off. It's trying to regain its strength here. The VIX is up, so be careful today. The VIX is up 6.04%, so one entire point. The VIX is up. Be very careful today. We have oil down. We have gas down. We have gold down. We have gold down 259 points, so 60 points, so 4.8%. We have silver down 12% almost, and it had a little bit of bounce trying to pull itself back down again. Copper down. We have Euro markets down. Everything is down. Bitcoin down. Ethereum is down. Bad day. Bad day. Let's take a look here at the heat map. We have yesterday. It's kind of turned into a green yesterday. This is the heat map from yesterday. As you can see here, everything was down, just killing it, excepting financials and oil. Now today they reported already oil, but we're going to talk about yesterday because we also let's take a look at today's earnings. So what do we have? Let me just do it here quickly. We have earnings. I had a little bit of dust there. Today we have also earnings for a couple of companies. It's going to be an interesting day. And let's see here. I know we have a couple of Chevron, Exxon. Is it Exxon today? So before the bell, we do have Exxon. No, Chevron. We already have Chevron. Had it. That's it. That's all the major earnings. Certainly seems so. So we have, that's pretty much it. We only before the bell major companies like, yes, Exxon, Chevron, SoFi. We'd already reported a couple of earnings. So SoFi beat earnings, beat EPS. Chevron beat earnings, beat revenue. No, they missed on revenue. Exxon. What is going on here? Exxon is not working. Exxon beat on revenue, barely beat revenue, 0.04%. So 0.04% is 4 basis points. Jeez. Okay, Verizon beat on earnings, beat on EPS, and Colgate beat on earnings, beat on EPS. What else do we have? Not interest Regenesis and Canadian National Railway Company. Okay, not reported yet, but will report. And Charter Communications beat on EPS missed on revenue, 0.98% missed there. We're going to talk about them later on. Well, actually, we're going to do another video. We're going to focus now on major movers. So let's start with the very first one, very first company, which is Apple. So let's move on here to Apple. Apple is, as you know, the world dominating consumer tech ecosystem out there. iPhones, Mac, iPads, any how should I say it? A perfect ecosystem. So growing a server base here is really hard, but they managed it. After earnings, the stock traded a little bit up, then a little bit down, and we're currently actually lower than after their earnings. So peak was $266 a share, and we're currently sitting at $256, just 10 points lower than after earnings. The stock traded mostly higher, staying well within its 52-week range. Take a look here at the technicals. We can also say it's kind of trending lower down. So I could see this coming down here. If this happens, it's definitely a buy for Apple at these levels. Why not? I know it's trading fluffy, but I don't care. Apple is one of the stocks that everybody needs to buy. In other words, we are retail traders, okay? You and I, we are retail traders. If you're a professional investor, go away. So we are retail traders and investors. This is why I built my little company here, WealthDom, and we want to protect our stuff. Now, corporations, so any kind of real investor or ETFs, they need to buy Apple. They need to have it in there. And each time they buy Apple, they actually increase the value of Apple. So if you want to own Apple, then own it this way, not in a ETF. Also, let's take, so we're just going to run through them. Apple Visa, Mastercard, each one of them, sneak peeks, and we're going to come back to them, okay? So let's move on to Visa very quickly. Visa runs one of the most important toll roads on the global economy, the payment network behind billions of card transactions. Okay, so if you don't know what Visa is, there we go. Most important, one of the most important card companies out there. Price action has been grinding higher with, well, natural momentum. RSI mid-range here on Visa, actually falling now down a little bit, but looking good on Visa. Now, on the other hand, MasterCard also reported earnings. MasterCard plays in the same payment rail space as Visa with a slightly higher beta, beta standing for the comparison to the S&P 500, and more sensitivity to global growth. Okay, so technicals, take a look at technicals for MasterCard. Both reported earnings, good earnings, beat on revenue, beat on EPS. Had a major pop after their earnings, and now they're pulling both back. And I am a shareholder of both of them, and I'm looking to add to more exposure to Visa and MasterCard. Why? Well, because it's a duopoly. So that's it. Okay? People need to make payments. They will use their cards, and they are going to go through Visa and MasterCard. That's simple as that. Nothing more for the fundamentals here. Okay, quickly to Caterpillar. Caterpillar reported earnings. They beat on, you see here, they beat on both revenue and EPS. Massive beat here. 9.51%, 7.18%. Good. Now, Caterpillar is the backbone of heavy equipment for construction, mining, and energy. So if this, let's just go to oil very quickly. If this holds, that oil is going to go up, then Caterpillar is also going to go up, because you need that equipment. Now, oil, gas, minerals, everything that's pointing higher right now. Actually, now everything is pointing lower. But each and every company needs those companies. It needs Caterpillar. It needs Deere and Incorporated. So why not? A pullback And if you want to add some powder, if you have some dry powder, try adding to it. I wouldn't sell the house right now. So Caterpillar looking great here. Moving on, so we're going to come back to each one of them. Moving on to Lockheed Martin, we're just going to take a sneak peek of which Lockheed Martin is a leading defense contractor with exposure to fighter jets, missiles, and space, of course, effectively a pure play on global defense budget. Now, the stock after the earnings, so they reported earnings and a little bit of miss there on earnings. Revenue was good, 2.33%. So for surprise was 400. They reported a revenue of 20.32 billion, and the estimate was 19.86 billion. So 463 million delta there. Really good earnings. Share popped after the earnings. Has just a tinge of a pullback. Nothing. No. Oh, so it just peaked its last all-time high. Okay, this is interesting. So where will the stock go? Higher, lower? I would say lower for now, but higher later on. So just wait for a pullback. This is going to go higher. Okay, so let's talk about earnings. Apple. Let's go to Apple here. Apple posted Q1 2026 revenue of roughly $133 billion, up 16% year to year, blowing post consensus expectations, of course. Past consensus expectations. EPS came in right here, $2.84 a share revenue versus the rough 2.66, 2.67 expected. So a solid single-digit beat that reinforces Apple's reputation for under-promising and over-delivering as always. Now, the iPhone segment did the heavy lifting with roughly $83.3 billion in revenue, up about 23% year to year, while Mac and wearables like watches, so far and so on, declines. So I do not have an Apple Watch. I don't like that because, in my opinion, a watch should be something there at the time, and it's more of a luxury item right now. Calendar, you have it on your phone. You have everything on your phone, but I cannot understand what you can do with the watch. Okay, I understand that those health meters, I think that's just fluff. If you want something about you want to know something about your health, you have to go ahead, do your blood work done, and kind of find out more about your health. Sleeping patterns, not relevant. I don't see the sense of the watch, but that's just me. So they also guided, the guidance called for double-digit revenue growth again next quarter with gross margins in the high 40s, signaling that management still sees its product cycle as durable, not a one-quarter blip here. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how Apple reported here. So let's move on to Visa. Also, I'm very bullish on Apple. Once again, back here on the technicals, if this comes down here, man, am I going to load up on Apple stock? I have an iPhone, I have a Mac, also have a PC. Love my iPhone, love my Mac, also love my PC. The Mac, so I have an old Intel Mac. Just want to dance with me here a bit. So first of all, the iPhone. I love it. Not going to move away from it. It does its thing. As soon as I get a new phone, it's exactly the same phone with better stuff on it. Okay. The problem with the iPhone, or with each and every phone, I know why. I don't understand why people talk about the problem with the iPhone, because that problem is with each and every phone, that they cannot come up with new stuff. What else do you want from a phone? It takes amazing photos. It has its calendar in there. You have your screen. You have your unlimited storage if you have the money. What else should it do? Foldable phones. Why do I need a foldable freaking phone? Buy a tablet if you want a bigger screen. Buy a laptop if you want increase productivity with mobility. You want real productivity? Buy a PC with multiple monitors like I have. Why a PC? Well, because it's cheaper. That's why. Mac is better. The silicon chip, so I still have the old Intel and it's doing its job. I don't know how old this is. I have a MacBook Pro and I open it and it works. I do my stuff on it and I close it and it's closed. And when I open it, it works again. And it's done that for multiple years with the same freaking performance and it's just going. And that's what I needed. It has to work for me, not me fixing problems with software that does not match and cooling that it works. And when you do stuff for work on your PC and you're not gaming, you need that freaking personal computer to work. And that's why I have also a laptop. Now, this laptop is mostly for when I'm on the road. And I'm going to stop my rant here on Mac, but that's what we just fixed my microphone. That's why I love the Apple products, because you pick them up and they work and you get to transfer your stuff then throughout, and it's secure and I don't have any problems and it feels quality when I type on it. The touchpad is amazing. I don't like that. I still have that whoopee trackpad, whatever. Lights are great. Battery life is great. Screen is great. The newer one that has that matte screen, when I'm going to buy a new one, that's going to be the one I'm going to buy. And that's it. That's basically it. It is a piece of art. Okay, now let's move on to Visa. Sorry about the rant, but I'm not a Mac fanboy. Don't get me wrong. I only use for Mac what it's useful for me from Apple. Okay, so not a Apple fanboy. So let's go to Visa. And I just spit a bit. Visa latest technical RSI. Let's take a look at Visa. Because they go down to, was this all? Yeah, so Visa selling off, had really good earnings. For Visa, the 40-ish RSI, it's okay. Each time it's coming up here, it's time to sell some Visa. That's always what I did. Sold a little bit off, bought it back, sold a little bit, bought it back. Each time it has major dips, I'm buying Visa. Again, duopoly, constantly growing their dividend. Why not? Why not own Visa? I'm not even going to go so deep into Visa and Mastercards. Let's just go to Caterpillar very quickly, and then we're off to the races. So Caterpillar, for Caterpillar, the fundamental story is strong revenue growth versus compression margin, which often translate into choppy range-bound price actions until the market sees margin stabilization. So from here, check this one out. RSI losing its oomph. Stock price still growing, so expect this to have a correction. And then it's going to be off the races again. And last but not least, Lockheed Martin. So I waste a lot of time on Apple, I'm sorry, but hey. So Lockheed Martin, so let's just take the simple version of Lockheed Martin. There was a long time of peace, or some relative peace. They sold some weapons, and now they don't have any missiles anymore. So they have to rearm. Europe has to rearm. Yes, they have, what's the company's name? Also invested in it. Damn it. Rheinmetall. But you need missiles, okay? And that's where Lockheed Martin comes into play. Okay? Also General Dynamics, GE Aerospace, those are the right companies to own right now. So let's just do here a retail investor takes on all of this, what we just saw here. So short term, I would say Apple bullish to neutral, strong numbers and guidance, but with valuation doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Great for trend trades, but please keep your eyes on the deep value setup. Long term, the iPhone cycle is strong. service growth and aggressive capital returns keep it core foundation. So the only thing that can really mess up Apple stock is troubles with China. And that is why it was sold. This is one of the reasons that the inevitable problems with China, although, you know what? Actually, if I'm thinking about this lucidly, we're constantly hearing from the news this stuff, isn't it? Oh my God, China is going to do this and that. Oh my God, China is going to do this and that. When was the last time China invaded the country? China started a war. When was it? I don't think they want to start anything. By TSMC. No, really. I see no real arguments or real proof that China is going to start something. So the only problem with Apple stock, the actual real problem with Apple stock is that China is going to start something and most of the production is in China for Apple. But if that's the case, then not only Apple has a problem, the whole global ecosystem, the whole global trade has a problem if China starts something. And China knows this. And China is also dependent on this. So how much gold can they have for their war chest? Look at Russia. I understand everything that is happening there with regards to they have a strong leader. If he pulls back, he's going to look weak. So he can't pull back without gaining something there. I know that Zelensky knows that. I know that the European Union knows that. I know that everybody knows that. But the war chest is drying up. They lost a lot of people. China sees this. China sees that Russia engaged in a small territory disagreement. They lost a lot of men. They lost a lot of, everybody shot them down. The US is now tracking their shadow fleet. The main thing was the export. So we are interconnected. The export of gas and oil, and it got hit. Let's just say the truth. It got hit with $50 a barrel of oil. So what? And they did not want. This didn't win yet. Okay, so they still have to win. And what are they going to gain after they won? I don't know. A little bit of grain, some kind of minerals are there, exposure to the Black Sea, or more exposure to the Black Sea, which they already had. I don't know. Why? The same thing with Taiwan. Let's say China takes over. I don't even know why I'm doing this rant. Honestly, it's just stupid. It's just stupid. Could it happen? Of course it could happen. The probabilities are low. So I would say stick with what you know. Ignore the noise. And I wish you all a lovely day. See you back here. Like and subscribe, of course. Come on, help me out. Please help me out. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Means the world to me. Help me create this content because I don't have that many subscribers. So thank you everyone for watching. Wish you all a lovely day. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.